Original screws, original bridge pins. This molding is the original molding, and of course this cap here, we explained that before, that's back. And we took nothing away, but we had to add a piece. There it is, right here, to make up for shrinking, but that's nothing serious. There you have it. It's a little lumpy right now. This is only the second application of shellac, but this time we did it with linseed oil. Was it the third time? No, the second time with the linseed oil. Yep, two times. And we started over here in this corner. And we build up the finish approximately, well, this smooth, and about that much material, and we're just continuing across about 6 or 8, 10 inches at a time from one side to the other. Keep the control of it. There we have it. Almost done. Here's one more look at the A-graphs before we start doing anything to them. I already took the first one out. They're all painted gold. They left these in when whoever painted this plate painted it. These are supposed to be nice brass. It's the same color as the plate now. These letters are supposed to be black too on the tops. They're all just painted over. Lots of letters on this plate over there too. So those should be fun to paint black, but right now I'm taking these out and keep them in order, and we can start cleaning this gold off soon. Okay, the plate is about where it's going to be. We've had this plate in and out of the piano maybe 8 times, fitting it, making small adjustments, putting it back in, make sure everything lines up right. Everything seems to be good now. So I can take this out and start taking this gold off the plate, preparing it for our own gold. One more look at the plate before we sandblast this. Take it down to the bitumen, the black that's underneath. You can see whoever painted this before, it looks like they just painted right over the original. These are all painted. These are supposed to be black. These are supposed to be steel, shiny. They're just all painted gold. So the sandblasting should take all this off quite nicely, gently, and then we will go over it with some high grit sandpaper, smoothing it out, make sure it's nice and smooth everywhere, and then we can start painting it. The soundboard's almost finished. We should be getting one more coat of some shellac, French polishing it on, and then it will be just about done. It's looking very nice for an 1881 soundboard. Here we have our acoustic dowels. We put red paint on the plate, and then we put the plate in here, and you can see they're touching. We had to raise these up to adjust the bearing. We think whoever restored this before lowered these to adjust the bearing because the soundboard was so flat. Now it's popped up again. And we had to raise these up to make the bearing where it needs to be. Everything seems very good. Again, here's the nice, pretty wood. It's going to get another coat, and it should be looking a little better. And then it's just about finished. We'll start working on the plate. Here is the A-graphs. You can see they don't look too good. They're all full of old paint. When they painted the plate, they just left these in and painted right over them. This one I just brushed with a very soft wire wheel. It comes out very nice. All the paint is gone, just pure brass. I think we need to clean out these holes later. There's a little bit of kind of gunk in there. It's almost impossible to tell. But we'll go through that. Next, the first step is to take off all this old gold. Keep these in order, and it does a nice job. This is probably close to what they looked like when new. They weren't immaculate, but they were very nice, and these look good. Cleaning the holes of these A-graphs now. There's some leftover paint inside those holes, some crud. So we have these center drills, different sizes. These have different size holes in them. We just real gently ream it out just a little bit. Get like 99% of the crud out, not taking any metal off. And that should be good. Here's the plate. We sandblasted all around the difficult spots. Places we can't get the sandpaper in too easily. All around these letters. Around all of these dots here. These are hard to sand by hand. All of these hitch pins have been covered with shrink tubing. Sandblasted around the base a little. A lot of letters on this plate. All the A-graphs are out, and they are covered with little circles of tape there. That'll keep the paint off of the threads and off of where the A-graphs sit. Now it needs some sanding. We'll fill in all these marks here, any chips we find, and then we can start putting gold on it. There's a lot of shrinkage cracks in the bitumen on this plate. There's a little crack around this edge here, filling all these in. These are tough. All these little cracks in between these letters, those need to be filled in, or it will just not look very good. So that's taking some time. A lot of places are quite smooth on this plate. That's good. Just some sanding and it's pretty much ready. These are nice. Smooth tops, smooth edges. There's a few pucks on the edges of these. 140-year-old plate. It's coming out nice. I think this is ready. This needs a little bit of filling over here. Some sanding. And that's it for now. Here are the plate bolts. These will get a quick cleaning, and they'll be sprayed with the same gold as the plate, so they match. These will be cleaned too. Clean the slots. Sometimes these are very damaged. We have replacements from old pianos. We have piles of these. The one I just had was kind of weird. The slot was off to the side. Sometimes they're like that. Like the slot is not in the middle. That's usually okay. So these should be all nice and clean the next time you see them. The plate is coming along. That's almost ready to spray. And that's it for now. Here's the plate. It has been sprayed gold once, and that allowed us to see all of the little dents and scratches that we missed before we sprayed it. So we filled all those in, and then we sanded it smooth again. And then we sprayed it with gold again. And then we clear coated it once, and I just sanded it, the first clear coat, very lightly, smoothing everything out. It's very smooth. And now I'm going to spray it one more time with clear, and that should be the last coat, and it should be finished. Other than the letters. All of these letters are going to need to be painted black. A lot of letters on this plate. I also sprayed the bolts and the screws. Those are not here right now. Those look nice. So this plate is almost finished. Should be quite the looker when it's done. Here's one more look at the plate support nuts. These hold the plate down on the supports. For some reason they're painted gold. Whoever painted the plate painted these two. It's the same stuff. These are solid brass, so these will be stripped and polished to be nice, beautiful brass. They should look very good. They're in very good shape. Sometimes these are all dented up. People grab these with pliers to take them off, and they're all full of marks, but these are in nice shape. We have these two. These should clean up very easily with some ammonia, some brushing, and they should look very good. These are brass too. So the next time you see these, they should be nice and clean. Here's our nice plate support bolts. Numbered here. 1, 2, 3. This one's got a 5 on it for some reason. They only go in one spot, so that's easy. We have these. These broke. One of these was poorly glued together, and it just kind of like fell apart when we touched it. This one looks like a clean break. These will glue back together very easily. The legs on this piano were, I think, moved closer to the edge. It must have different legs on it. These are probably the original holes. Someone drilled these. You can see on the bottom of the piano the leg plates have been moved around. That's no problem though. These will go right back. Glue these. That's easy. They fit nice. And that's just about it for this piano. Here's the screw for one of those. Music desk stops. Pieces of the soundboard that we couldn't put back, and broken ribs, little bits. Here's the screws that we took out of the soundboard that someone else put in when we were first taking this apart. And that just about does it for this case. Painting all these numbers here and letters, all these patent dates. This nice dark blue color. It's very similar to the lamp black that was used. It's not perfectly black, the original lettering on these. They were bluish if you look at them in the right light. Sometimes you screw these up and it just wipes off, and you can try again. This one's looking okay. Make it nice and even. The one there is a little crooked. Camera's in the way, so it's a little difficult. That looks okay. Maybe a little thin down here to match the other letters. This point looks a little funny. Sometimes it's hard to draw on these because the casting is so messed up. Defects in the little letters that they make. It's difficult to write on the lumpy surface. Try to make this straight. That looks okay. Maybe make this tail a little bigger. Careful not to mess it up. That looks okay. Looks pretty good. Straighten this out a little. There, that looks pretty good. Originally these were not super perfect. They were done pretty much like this by hand, quickly, mass-produced plates. And sometimes, sometimes you see the ink off the edge of the number or letter. Sometimes they're not super perfect, but this is good. It looks very nice. There's a few letters done there. Got a few over here. If I can move this. Those look nice. And I have about, I don't know, 200 more to do on this plate. There's a lot of numbers on this plate. Many patent dates. So I'll just keep doing that and then come back when it's finished. Soundboard's almost finished. It's looking very good. Over here needs some more finishing. The next thing I'm going for is the inner rim here. It's a little damaged here, the finish, a little bubbled up. Here and there's little pucks and scratches. We're going to make this nice looking. So when you look in, it will match the soundboard. It'll be nice and pretty. And that will just about do it for the case. Then we can put the plate in. Here we have 24 karat gold leaf or gold powder going on these letters. They were originally gold. It's going to look very good. That looks pretty cool. Difficult to see the varnish because it's clear. Missed the letter N. Hey, we can do that tomorrow. But we've got the technique. This golding of these letters have eluded me for quite some time. I have done them in the past, but we've done it with leaf, and it's extremely difficult to lay it down. And they had no varnish over the gold, not from we can tell from originals, and that made it very susceptible to washing off over the years. If somebody washed it with detergent, that was it. They washed the gold leaf off, especially with an alkaline, wash the varnish right off. Oh, it is a very subtle little thing. Make the letters shine, you see, more so than around them. And what happens also is the bronze powder has a tendency to tarnish, but this stuff don't. So as the rest of the plate loses its bronze color, kind of like turns brown, the gold has a tendency to stand out even more. Alright, let's do these letters down here. I always thought they leafed these, but recent experiments has led me to believe that this is what they did. See how those letters shine? They actually can polish them up with the brush here, and they shine beautiful. Look at that. And we'll touch it up tomorrow. We got a letter here that we missed, but that's okay. Might be a little bit on some of these.
this one here that you gave it a nice thick coat and it dried the longest. Boy, the gold really just sticks to it like crazy. Look at that. Polishes up nice. And the letters were not black. They weren't quite as blue as this. They were a little blacker, but they were blue. They were not black. There, look at that letter R. Isn't that pretty? That's cool. Yeah, there we have it. And it didn't hardly use any gold. This will get hard overnight, you know. It'll be a little tougher. So, gotta let it sit about 3 hours, 4 hours, huh? Now see, these here are going to be outlined with the blue. I had a very thin outline around these gold letters on the border. Uh-oh. I'm getting a little between. I don't know why, but maybe a little varnish got there, huh? There we go. Polish them up good. Oh, the letter S probably needs a little more varnish. It's a little dull.
Cleaning up some spillage here. Rubbing this gold off.
Yep. As we said before, it's very difficult to see where your clear varnish goes on, and we actually missed a letter. And we have to touch up a couple letters down here, but we have the technique down now. And tomorrow we will fix them up.
Cleaning off the last of this felt here. Whatever glue they used is very stubborn. I'm wetting this and then gently scraping it off with a chisel. We'll put a new felt in there. We started working on the inner rim here. It's looking better already. It's not done yet. Nice soundboard. Over here needs a coat of black. A little more sanding too. Fill in some scratches and dents. Make it look better. Pretty soon the plate will be able to go back in and we can see how it looks. Polishing on some black shellac here for this inner rim. It's starting to look pretty good. A little more over here, some on the stretcher, and then this case will be just about finished. Put these back on. These music desk glides, those go after the plate. The plate's just about finished. It's almost ready to go back in. Pretty soon this will be back together.
Yeah, little finish here and there. Touch up the boo-boos. Got to put some more here. Not done yet. Almost. And then we'll be ready to put the plate in. Beautiful. Beautiful soundboard. Okay.